Hello and welcome everyone to episode 62 of Ask Dr. Zaino Live. If you are watching in live with us, we're here every Wednesday, 8 p.m. at chirothoughtleaders.com/ask-dr-zano. And let's see, we have on the screen that you'd be looking at, we have social media buttons. Hit them, like them, pin them, tweet them, whatever that is. And then comment and post any and all questions there below in the box that says chat roll. And we'll make sure that we get your questions, and we'd love to see your comments. So anything that you have to say there. We're also probably live on Facebook as well, I'm sure, on the Chiro Thought Leaders page. Dr. Zaino does that one. So I think he's got it up. What's up, Dr. Z?
What's up, Dave? What are you doing?
I'm doing well, man. Doing great. You doing good?
Doing awesome, man. Thank you so much.
Well, we got several questions, especially by email this week to go over. I'm gonna refresh our screen on the. Yeah, we got some people coming into the chat roll as well. So you guys put your questions there. I'll make sure Dr. Zaino gets them. And you want to jump into questions?
Absolutely. Well, how you been? Good?
Yeah, man, we're doing good. Staying busy and just
So
adjusting.
you're on the spinal hygiene podcast number 6 now, right?
Yeah, actually, I've been dropping 3 a week, and I actually just hired Trevin to help me out with that. So he's gonna
Nice.
take the videos that I shoot and then edit them for me and help me, and then I'll send them. I upload them to iTunes, and then I also do like you guys do with YouTube and Facebook for the video. So
That's the way to do it. So if you
yeah,
guys
you're on 35, right? Episode 35 went out today.
5 today, yeah. So if you're watching this, where can they sign up for it?
You can go to spinalhygienemovement.com.
Got it, guys? All right. Spinalhygienemovement.com. Good. Just put it on there. Very good. All right, let's do the questions.
All right. So first one from Allison says, what do you do? And I had read this earlier. I don't quite understand this, but okay. What do you do with an associate doctor who keeps discounting his fees? Why doesn't this doctor see the value of care? I collect on average 50 to 60 per visit. Her visit average is 25. I'm assuming that she doesn't mean like she hired the doctor.
Like an independent contractor?
Yeah, or maybe like someone she's working with in the same office is what I'm guessing, or independent contractor maybe.
So what was the question? Why do they?
So what do you do with a doctor like that who keeps discounting their fees and can't see the value of their care?
Well, that's it. They just don't see the value of their care, and it's a couple of things. If they're getting a cut of it, right, then that's frustrating because they're not really producing.
Right.
That's the problem. The docs that are working in the office now, they're doing their own Facebook ads. So one doc had one at 27, one doc had one at 47. My dinner was 50, right? So you have all these different fees, right? I mean, our care plan was the same. I know it's not, there's only one care plan, but you can see like you just want to all agree on one price and that's it. But on the devil advocate side, I would almost take it as if I had the higher price and the other docs in the office had lower price, it would almost be like I would see it as a premium. Like that doctor, it would represent that doctor did a better job. You follow what I'm saying?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So I would always keep the higher price and see. I don't know if they're working there. It could actually be. Imagine if you had 2 doctors in the office. One had like maybe you were the head doctor and you charged $4,600 for the 3 months, and maybe the associate charged $2,800. And then they had care plans. Be like, if you want Dr. Tabor, it's $4,600 because you have access to him, or the other fee would be $2,800. You know, they could choose one. But I just think it causes confusion with two.
Yeah.
Two different things, good and bad, right? If it's too low, then they're like, well, I got the same thing for 28, then that person's doing for 46, or vice versa.
Yeah.
I'm getting better care at the 46 and the 2,800 was just not as good.
I think that's hard, man. I think that you have to kind of get together and talk about that, because I know if you're in the same office, you got to get a lot of things congruent. I mean, I know even if you're not the same practice, but I feel like that would be hard to have your patients going, why is this doc doing that? Why is this other doc doing that? You know?
I'm with you, man.
Yeah.
Good.
Awesome. So next question. I guess he sent this in the morning because he says, good morning, Chris Zaino. Good morning. I want to first start off by saying that what it's meant for me to see your videos. I've been struggling with a lot of what you've been speaking about, like mourning my potential for the past few years. My question is to you, why do most chiropractors, especially myself, have a hard time doing care plans? I always get some anxiety when I try to do a care plan, and I believe that being truthful to myself by acknowledging my weakness, only then I can truly grow. I truly believe that I have the potential to have an amazing practice, but I need to work on and eliminate these hiccups that are setting me back. I truly would love any help with this issue and any other issues that you know chiropractors struggling with. Thank you in advance. God bless.
So the reason why you see this with chiros and not many medical doctors is because medical doctors are not taught to have false humility, right? Medical doctors are taught to have super pride, super ego. They made it. It's like they're just a hair below God, right? Or
Right.
some think they're actually better than God because they don't even consider God in your treatment, right? So they're clearly above God complex. And it's, I'm not saying that's right or wrong. I'm just saying, like, do you see how you see what they're lifted up, their mind talk, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like it's the society said, now a chiropractor, it's about serving the mission, saving lives. And you want to be so far from ego and humility. You want to be so far from ego and pride because that's anti-God, bad person, sinful, that chiropractors swing the pendulum all the way to this side, and it's not humility, it's false humility. And
Yeah.
false humility destroys your self-confidence, your self-esteem, your value as a human being, and your self-worth. And so when you bring that into the care plan, you lower your value. And number two, the reason why you have a problem asking for the care plan is because that doctor lives in scarcity, meaning they have not invested in their health. Therefore, they're asking their patient to do something that they wouldn't do. They're asking their patient to spend $4,000 that, in fact, if the dentist presented them $4,000, they wouldn't do it.
Yep. Dude,
Yeah, you know why I use the dentist, right? Because a chiro is like, well, I get care for free. I get it, but when the
watch,
dentist or the optometrist said this is 4,000, you wouldn't do it.
dude, watch this. Oh, I went to a dentist this morning, and it was a new dentist in up in Spring because she's kind of a natural dentist, and they did like a checkup and tooth cleaning, $490 for
Yep.
today, that was today's visit. Then they said my teeth looked good, but they had a couple things that they wanted to do. So I actually have this here. So they said, okay, go into this room and they're going to present your care plan. So I don't have insurance or anything. That I just pay cash for this. Now they gave me a 1-visit care plan. So you know what? They scheduled me for the next visit. This is how much it's going to be, $2,343 on my next visit. That was my care plan.
Was that Don Ewing? Was that Glaros?
No, lady named Teresa Scott.
Okay, yeah, right. So, and how about this? Watch this. Who was the person that provided the care plan? Was it the 21-year-old front desk girl?
Yeah.
Roughly, right? So
Yeah.
I went to, like, I got, these teeth are false, and that tooth fell out. So I got like a porcelain bridge. I went there, and the 22-year-old front desk girl goes, here it is, your next visit, and it's gonna be $4,297.
Yeah.
And I'm like, $4,297. She's
Right.
like, yeah. And then I'm like, all right, and but the thing is, like, there was no script.
Nope.
Like, there was no script training. It was just like the front desk girl did it. She wasn't even like, she didn't care because this is what it is. And it was like saying that pack of gum is 99 cents.
Exactly. That's exactly
And
what this was. Yep. It's like,
so
this is what.
there's Timothy in the back. So that proves that it's not about that. That's why I think a lot of chiropractors like, man, I need to know the good one-liner close, or not, like,
That's so true.
into the romance of the. But how about just go to your dentist office, and when they're like, yeah, that porcelain veneer that you really don't need, I mean, I needed it for cosmetic, right? Because it would lower my status. It would lower my status having a fake teeth, having no teeth. Yeah, I'm like, all right, cool. But even I was like, damn, that's a lot, for a freaking one tooth. And that was
Yep.
one visit. You're right. There was the next visit. So there was no, I came home to Whitney. I'm like, you know what? She wasn't a power hitter. She wasn't a nice person, but there was no training. It was literally, like you said, Tabor, they handed me the piece of paper and they're like, how'd you like to pay for it?
Yep.
And like, she was so detached because it was just a number. So I just think that, so it goes back to this. You're right, Tabor. Um, did you pay that, by the way?
Yeah.
Yeah. So now when Tabor paid that, just like when Tabor goes to the masterminds, he pays money to go to and leaves off work. Like when you invest in yourself, you earn the right to ask for the same thing of others. Right? So whether it be your dentist or you pay a lot of money for the food, you go to Whole Foods and like you can't ask someone to do something that you're not willing to do. So I think that's where the nerves are only going to come either when you don't believe in your product, you don't think your product will do what it needs to do, or you don't believe you think it's too expensive, right? That's why I'd be nervous. How about this, Tabor? How about if here we go, your spinal hygiene rolls, right? How much are the rolls? Like 10, $12?
Yeah.
So imagine if they're $12 and you sold it for $2. What would be your demeanor? It'd be like, oh my God, this is like for free. You would think it's for free. Dude,
Right.
it's free. Yeah. See that like, so that's the way the dentist thinks about it. Unlike this 42, it's like, it's a no-brainer. So we should think that way about chiropractic. Here's a good thing. Don't have it's not, the patient shouldn't ask, what does it cost? They need to ask, what is this worth?
Yep.
So when the patient says, so what does this cost? Be like, don't ask what it costs. I want you to think what it's worth. And like when they think what it's worth, you're like, yeah, that's, oh yeah, it is worth that. Because you ask them, what happens if you don't fix it? It's going to get worse. What's worse look like? Da, 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 da. Are you going to reach these goals? Absolutely not. I can't do that. And then when you get to the care plan, they're like, yeah, I just bought a car and I just don't want. See, so they went on what it costs. They forgot what it was worth.
Yeah.
So there's multiple things. I don't know what it is, but I'm pretty much sure I nailed it. And I feel in my heart that this is a doc, and this is many docs, they believe their care plan's too high or they wouldn't spend it on themselves. So the remedy is not well, basically, I digress to this. The remedy is not, Dr. Tabor, what's that really cool script you do to close 70% or 90% of your patients?
Right.
The remedy is go out and invest $4,000 in your health or in personal development, and then you automatically freed your brain up to say, I just spent 4,000.
Yep.
Shit. I'm asking you to spend 2,200.
Yep.
Dude. I'm going to Puerto Rico and spending, I don't know, I mean, like you're spending a lot of money. It's not just, there's a lot of people, but the opportunity, what's it worth?
1,500 just for the ticket to go to the mastermind, and then I got to pay for the trip and the hotel.
Yeah, plus all these things and away from family. But Tabor, what's it worth? It's worth a ton.
Yep.
Worth a ton.
I agree, man. And that's so true. Like everybody's looking for that script that will increase my conversions, man.
Everybody on the line watching, I want you to go to your don't go to the dentist, go to the orthodontist, because the orthodontist is the closest thing you have to us as chiros. They get it, and get some teeth work done. Just do it for yourself. You need a better smile, see? You need to have a good smile when you smile at your patients, and pay the money. And you're gonna be like $8,000. It's just like, it's gonna be like the prices are insane compared to what we charge.
Right.
But you're not insane. It's just like, and just kind of get in that environment. And we're like, geez, like I leave the dentist saying, man, I go, Whitney, we need to raise our prices. Because like one visit is like 2 years in my office and they're done in one visit.
Isn't that crazy? Yeah.
But you know what? They gave me what I wanted.
Yeah.
I got a great job done. You don't see that I have no tooth there. I got my root canals pulled out. Right? That's what I want. So I literally went there. So take my 2 root canals out. They had to put a porcelain bridge there. It was $7,800.
That's what they're gonna do to me, is take my amalgam out that I have.
Oh man, bring the lube, dude. You're definitely you're gonna be owing some money.
Crap.
But get it out. You know why? It's your health, right? You want to get that stuff out. It's mercury killing your brain.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what we do. So I see, I'm talking to someone, so that's easy. Just invest in your health. Start shopping at Whole Foods. Go to your dentist, get some work on your teeth done, fix that grill, and spend some money on yourself. And then it's an act of love. It raises your self-worth because you're investing in yourself. And then you automatically have no problem asking for this for someone to exchange money to give them what they wanted. Like, why am I scared? Like, I'm not scared. It's like, oh, you don't want to pay for that to fix your problem. And I go home, my life doesn't change. Like the $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 that I don't receive is nothing compared to the health they don't allow to be restored.
It's true.
Good. Next question.
Awesome. Next one is kind of an easy one, I guess. Yes or no? Does Alive by Design come in a downloadable form or just the DVD?
What do you got, Tabor? Wait, what are we? Downloadable?
Yeah, technically it's not set up though to give them the download when they buy. So I think that's why he's asking.
How about this? I have the DVDs, so if they contact Tabor and
yeah,
and then whatever, I'll send them the
we'll
DVDs.
we'll fix it up. Yeah.
I got a bunch at the office.
Okay, sounds good. All right, let's see here. What's another question? Okay, we got.
Wait, hold on. CJ Trump just said on Facebook Live, I just paid $12,000 on 2 kids' braces in the last 4 months.
Wow.
There you go. So CJ has no problem asking, because that's what he could say. And I charge $4,000 in my office. He could raise his price to 4 and be like, I just paid 12 grand to get my braces on my kids' teeth that really don't matter. I mean, they just have a better smile. This is an entirely better life. So what's more important, the braces or getting your health back? And sometimes that might be the downfall to us, that we only charge 4.
Yeah.
So imagine if I said, listen, I paid $12,000 for my kids' teeth to have a straighter smile. My care plan is $12,000 to get your entire life back. So what's more important, braces or your spine? Your spine, right. So it would at least have to be, because maybe in the patient's mind, it's like 12 is more important, 4 is less important.
Yeah.
I'm hashing it out there. CJ says he says it every freaking day. I would too.
Nice. All right, so this one's Kevin Knopfsinger.
Nafi.
And he says, my question for Wednesday night is, how many people do you have signing up people at your dinners? Yesterday, I had 40 people at our dinner. I felt like it took a little too long to set up the appointments and collect the money. I had 2 people there scheduling appointments and collecting money.
So Kevin, is he live now or is it just a question?
No, email.
So, I have 2 or 3 staff ready to rock and roll. Well, see, I have the doctors always come to the dinner because they get a free meal. So you got 1, 2, Carla 3, and maybe Patricia 4. So we might have 3 to 4 ready to go. And after the dinner, see, the thing is, if I I do the whole sheet with them. So Tabor, I do something different now. So I have the sheet. They fill out their name, their age, their phone number, their email, married, number of kids. Then I have 2 boxes here. I go appointment 1, because now I set up the DR in the dinner. Watch this, Tabor. So I go, here's appointment 1. And I explained it already. What it is, you have Tuesday or Wednesday. Mine's at Tuesday at 3:45. So that's your first appointment. If you fill out, you can fill out more than 1 if you need to get the whole family in. Then over here on this box, you see appointment 2, your doctor's report. I do those doctor's reports on Tuesday and Thursday night at 6 p.m. and Saturday at 9 a.m. So circle your first appointment, your report when we take your pictures and stuff. And then when you go to your doctor's report, you just circle the day you're going to come in for your DR. So I'm getting them thinking. They fill the 2 things that you see, that solid black line you put down here. My appointment is on Tuesday at 3:45, and my doctor's report is Tuesday night at 6 p.m. And my staff, you'll keep the bottom. My staff will take the top and get your payment, and they'll answer any questions you may have. So they already know, so have everything ready. So when they come around, I'm done before they bring the food. Then the staff goes right. So literally, when I'm done and walk out the door, the staff comes in even before they got as soon as I walk out the door, they're in, and then the food comes. But they start immediately. So don't wait for the food to come and have them start eating and come around. It's just food there or not, they're in it. So I like that because they automatically have in their head, because we were having an issue. If we had an issue in the office, it was from day 1 to doctor's report, meaning, check this out. If someone didn't come to the doctor's report, I had to sit down with the team and say, okay, they chose to go to the dinner, they called to go to the dinner, or Facebooked ad to go to the dinner. You called them, they booked the dinner, they drove and got to the dinner, right? So they took the time out of their schedule to go to a dinner on Monday night. I spoke, they say, I want this, and they paid to come to the office. Then they come to the office on day one. So they made time to come to the office, and they didn't come back for their doctor's report. I'm like, there's only one reason. They had a crappy, shitty experience in my office. Plain and simple.
Yeah.
They were willing to walk away from the money. So it wasn't time. It wasn't my, I could say it wasn't me because I did my part. So it was it the front desk? Was it the doctors? What bad experience did they have? So that's why I said, listen, we want to start getting them ahead of time, knowing we're going to a day one, and within 48 hours, a day two, their doctor's report. And that's all filled out at the dinner. So we have them, they're already ready. Okay, Tabor, and yes, we got you for this, and your doctor's report. We'll see you Tuesday night as well. Sometimes we'll do the day one and the DR the same night.
Nice, man.
So it was good. It was good. It was a nice little, and then our doctor's reports went up like that.
Dude, yeah, I love that. That's brilliant. That just cuts a whole problem out right there.
That's your day one. Oh, so you got to, oh, really? When do I have to come in next? So I got to talk to myself. It's already done. Like you already decided your first 2 appointments. Because that's what we're telling them, right, Tabor? You're going to come in for 2 appointments, right?
Yep.
So we were only telling them the one they're coming in. But here we're saying, no, you can come in for 2, and they actually booked their 2.
Man, that's cool. That's awesome.
Always learning. What are we doing?
Yep.
What am I doing? I'm tuning the violin. More mandolin if it's a small guitar.
Mandolin. Cool, man. That's all the emails that we have on questions, and not seeing any posts for questions here. We got a few more minutes. You want to kind of tell them? I want me to tell them a little bit about maybe the change in structure we might be doing this week.
Yeah. So starting next week, we're going to change the format a little bit. Dr. Tabor and his mad. Yeah, I got Optimus Prime here.
Optimus Prime.
So we're going to actually go into a webinar format. So we'll start doing Facebook ads and stuff to now drive more people here to actually have webinars. We're going to have topic-based webinars. Okay, so explain that more, Tabor.
So I think this will be really, really cool. So it's always cool answering questions, but this will be able to train and then also answer questions. So we're not changing or moving anything that from our regulars that are coming. Still be able to ask and get valuable questions answered. But we're going to be doing a lot more training on the specific topics that Dr. Zaino is great at, that Chiro Thought Leaders have been teaching over the last 3-4 years. So it's just going to be a lot more specific. We'll probably have a lot more people on. That means more interactions. That means better questions and a little bit more structure to the layout. And like Dr. Zaino said, we can start to actually funnel other chiropractors in from Facebook and really grow our community even more.
Yeah, and also if you guys haven't, we want you to get in the habit of winning. And a habit of winning, we have a special program called I Am Hero. Just go to iamhero.com, and then you just put your email and register, and you'll get my 1 month to win program. It's 20 videos, so you do 5 videos a week. It's got downloadable exercises and a little ebook with it. It's good stuff, and it gets you in the habit of winning. So that's no cost to you. You just got to go on the site, put in your stuff, and then enjoy it. And the reason why we do it is because you get a big program, and let's say the program is a 6-week program, and it has a lot of stuff, it has a lot of promises, but life happens, right? You're good for 2 days, and then you fall off the wagon, and the program never gets done, and then you feel like you failed. So here, like Tabor and I, we decided that, hey, I really think instead of shooting for the Hail Mary program, why don't we do 1 win? So if you do 1 thing today, it's a win, and then tomorrow another win. And so I'd rather get you 3 steps versus not getting a mile down the road. So I feel that 1 little thing you could do per day encourages you. You get confidence, you get the win, and then it'll definitely get you to the point where you love to be. You'll way better off. They're short videos, 5 minutes or under, and it's great. It's a great thing. It's all done. It's open for you. Just got to go to iamhero.com and register. Have you seen it, Tate? You saw it, right?
I opted in, but I didn't actually see it yet, I don't think.
But you opted in, right? Good.
Yeah. So I'll check it out again tonight. That's awesome.
It's just brand new, so that's why but it's good stuff. It's just another resource that we have for you guys to take advantage of.
Very cool, man. Been putting out a ton of awesome content lately. I love watching I love the fuels every day, but the episodes, man, where I get to see you actually go and speak and do the parts of the keynotes. Those are really cool.
Well, you really get to see, if you look at episode 1, just it's like chiropractor Chris, and then you get to see kind of the evolution of how it worked out.
Yep.
And it's just it's really humbling, and it's documented. Like, you saw it live, and we're doing it live together. And it seems like a movie because it has the elements of uncertainty and it's just great stuff. You see it unfold. And we had a really good weekend last weekend. It really was a definite monumental shift. But I really saw how big I got to play now. So it's uncomfortable because as chiropractors, if you're watching this, we really have it so good. Meaning that, like, our overhead is really low, our profit margin is really high. Like, you know what I mean? It's like some businesses, if they do 10%, 20% profit, it's like a successful year. There's companies that make 30 million a year and the net could be like 2, right? I mean, because there's so much overhead. So when if you think, well, I'm going to go and become a speaker and have stuff online, you think online, it's not a brick and mortar, but really to build this stuff, Tabor knows it's more expensive than building out your office.
It is.
And then if you want to get there faster, because you have time or money. So if you have the time to put in and learn, it'll take longer
Yep.
to get there, or money shortens the time process because you hire the guru and you're like, man, and then you have a mastermind. I just joined a mastermind because now, remember chiropractic, so Brian Hooten's on there. Brian, are you still on? He's on my Facebook Live. So it becomes like this. So if any of you guys are watching and you are ever part of a chiropractic group, so I did Maximize Living. Some of you guys do elite coaching. Some of you guys do Barry, what's that, Everest. Some of you do WLP. Help me out there. I mean, you just do all these different coaching groups, and you get in the group, right? And then if the group is like a mastermind, you train to do something, and then you got the top people, right? And those are the top people you inspire to be like, I want to do their numbers. And I thought that was just a chiropractic thing, but then now going into the speaking world, it's the same thing. Meaning that I now find myself in a room, and these are speakers that speak, and then you get to meet meeting planners. And the meeting planners basically, they're like Billy D is a meeting planner, right? He puts on a huge stage, 3,000 people, and he decides who goes on his stage, right? And then you have 21 people there with huge stages, 5,000 to 8,000 people, like big stuff. And, they decide who goes on their stage, and then you get great feedback. So it becomes the same thing again. So now you're fighting to inspire to be on those stages, but then, everybody comes with a price. You want to do a mastermind? Hey, the mastermind's $10,000 a year, and we'll introduce you. So the getting on the stage, you could be a good speaker, but the thing is, on the stage, everybody wants to be on the stage. Now you need like people to say good things about you, meaning that like Entrepreneur on Fire, Dumas, right? So
Yep.
Someone, Isaac, tells him about me, I'm right in, right? So it becomes now more of a who do you know, not who do you kiss butt over, but it really becomes relationships. It becomes that whole thing all over again to reach the top, but you start at the bottom. So it gets very scary, and it's a lot more expensive because a lot of time, money, and effort has to be built to go on these things. And if your goal is to have a $10 to $100 million career practice from it, you got to belong to the masterminds. Everybody I spoke to, I'm like, so you're in a mastermind? They're like, mastermind? It's like they almost go every weekend to a mastermind.
Yeah.
We're at least out of town twice a month, and they belong to different ones.
Yep.
And they spend over 100,000 for multiple masterminds. So just think, Puerto Rico, they would go one weekend, and then the next week they'll be in Garrett's event. Like they constantly are around strong rooms. Like we talked about the strong room, but now I didn't even realize like these 10 deca and hectamillionaires, 100 million a year, they have strong rooms.
Yep.
They go to. So they go here, strong room, then the media, social media, strong room. So they literally have, and you really see, wow, it's a whole different level. I got it. And then Whitney really helped me out by saying, hey, just like all of us on this line watching spent 300 grand in chiropractic school. She's like, we borrowed the money. You did what you had to do to get the end result. She's like, you can't see it as any different. We got to be willing to spend just as much to hire the teachers, right? So this is where you could select your teachers who have wisdom, who have done it, to build the programs. But here, at least these people, you will get a return on investment. You'll actually create something versus get a piece of paper that still meant that we had to work. So if you do have a dream or a goal, understand that you borrowed the money for your house, you borrowed the money for your car, you borrowed the money for your education, and you borrowed the money, most of you, to open up your office. But how about the thing that keeps you fulfilled and you want to do? You shouldn't think twice about borrowing if you had to. I'm not going to borrow, but just, you know what I mean? Even if it meant to borrow, it should be like the easiest no-brainer thing to do, because you're borrowing for your future and your fulfillment.
Yep.
Right. So understand. So when you have a chance, if a mastermind's 30,000, it's going to be like, damn, that's a lot. For what? For 2 meetings a year? But then you don't say, what's it cost? You got to say, what, Tabor? What's it worth?
Yeah, exactly.
Tabor, how much have you changed or things went on since that first mastermind?
I had no idea how valuable masterminds were until that first mastermind. Now that's why I'm going back for a second one. I joined 2 masterminds already that were very expensive. But after the first one, the value of it was unreal.
Because it's not even, well, you go in not knowing.
Yep.
It's the unknown.
Yep.
So Tabor didn't realize, but now I know since that one he went to 2, and the one then he has a podcast started. He's got the spinal. I mean, like, all that stuff happened.
That was actually because of John Lee Dumas. I told him about spinal hygiene, and he told me, he goes, dude, that idea is brilliant. He goes, I would start a podcast and call it Spinal Hygiene. And that's what I did, because John Lee Dumas told me to.
So that weekend gave you the little bit of validation. See, hearing it from me, Tabor, it's like, well, I'm a chiro. I get it. Hearing it from our peers, they're like, yeah, he's a chiro. We get that.
Right. It's
like selling an Italian pizza. We freaking get it. I got it. Right. I love it. Right. But what happened, I got this too this last weekend. The market, what John JLD represented, the market with these meeting planners represented, was the market said, that's a good idea. See, I needed the market to tell me that. And that gave me the little bit of validation I need to say, okay, it's time. Now we got to go huge and we got to go to big. And I told him I got to go big enough to where it feels uncomfortable, because if it feels comfortable, that means I'm still in my comfort zone. So for me to do great and bigger things that I ever did in my life, I have to reach a new uncomfortable level. And that comes into the form of releasing the value I accumulated, which is money. That's the value I accumulated, the potential, and I have to let that go in order for it to actually expand by creating opportunity.
Right on, man.
Dude. All right, guys. So Tabor, finish off about the webinar, what it'll be. It'll start next week, right?
Yep. I'll send you guys out the email with all the details and the topic of next week's training. We call it a training, and it's going to be awesome. So keep an eye on your inbox, and I'll be getting that out to you shortly. So. You good?
Good. God bless, guys. We'll see you next week.
All right, guys. Talk to you later.